Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. A very quick video just to update you on the work on the Piko BR64 262 tank locomotive. It's very simple. I'm doing it on a quick, just holding that phone in my hand. That way we get a good view of all the gears and so on. So yesterday I lubricated. I was working offline because there were workers here in the building and it was chaos. They were using tools and I had some free time and I just wanted to get on with some work. So I lubricated all the gears using technical petroleum jelly. Here we have it in a little, I keep it in a small jar. It's in a tube, but it's more practical in a small jar. Put it on with a bit of wire, a paper clip, and then I also lubricated the gear shafts using a mix. More or less, it's a 50-50 mix of sewing machine oil and technical petroleum jelly. The same stuff I use in motor bearings. It's less fluid than normal oil, so it doesn't run and it doesn't risk, for example, in motors coming in contact with the commutator and the brushes. Right, so what happened yesterday when I was working, in a previous video you heard me mentioning that when I was working, cleaning all the gears with the lighter fluid, this rearmost axle here had come out of seat. By doing so, it had also caused this one to come out of seat because the gear turned round and this popped out. At one point when I was working yesterday, I decided to put the base plate back on to turn the locomotive over to grease the main gear, the one that engages with the worm drive. And base plate was tight, wasn't going on flush, and this set of wheels was sticking up and it wasn't going to the bottom. It wasn't springing all the way to the end of the axle box, because of course these wheels are sprung. They're sprung by the pickups which are under here, you see. Okay, so that's a problem. How am I going to solve that? Because this is a metal chassis clamped together and it's not that easy to open it up, and I don't want to get involved in such a complicated job, because I'd like to run this locomotive. I'm beginning to be a bit impatient getting it fixed and serviced and back on the line. Right, so what I did, I gingerly pushed this gear out of the road on the axle using a flat-headed screwdriver. Then I pushed central axle back down in its position. I checked that the base plate would go on and everything was turning nicely. With the gears, this gear not engaged with the other two main drive gears, then I pushed it back in and I caught it in gear. I did the same with this one. Everything was nice and smooth. Okay, put the base plate back on and screwed it up, and that way everything was back to normal. So in fact, I'm going to just put you can see here the grease. I mentioned that I used the mix of technical petroleum jelly and sewing machine oil also on the shafts of these gears here, and I put technical petroleum jelly on the axle boxes. So that, as you can see, base plate goes in nice and flush, no problem, everything turns nicely. So that's very important when working with these locomotives, which are all-wheel drive. If the quartering is not so simple, because not only do you have to quarter the wheels, you have to make sure that the gears are engaged properly, because if it just is one tooth out of alignment, the base plate's not going to go on. So this is a very good, reliable, over-engineered German design as usual. And that's the fun of over-engineered German stuff. They're very good locomotives because, of course, the axles are all driven, the connection rods and linkage are just dummies. They're there to have a realistic effect. This allows them to be very, very thin, not to be too thick, and quite realistic looking, actually quite nicely finished as well. Okay, quality of video is not fantastic today, but it's mainly a hands-on working video. So now I'm holding this in my hand, so it's a bit of I'm just going to screw this base plate back on, and I already greased the main top. Maybe you can see I don't want to lift it up. No, I don't want to tip it up now because I've not screwed the base plate on and I don't want surprises. The main drive here, the one that engages the worm drive, but we'll see that in the next video when I reassemble the motor and refit the motor. So thank you for your attention, and have a good, wish you a pleasant Sunday. It's Sunday today, the 10th of December 2023, and later on today, if I have time, I'll begin reassembling the motor, and maybe we'll get 2 videos today. Who knows, or maybe I'll publish it tomorrow. Another little job I have to do, I've got to finish cleaning a couple of wheels here using the fiberglass pencil, but as I said, on many occasions I'll be using gloves to do that, not to get strands of fiberglass stuck in my fingers. Okay, so if you like the video, if you like the channel, if you're interested, etc, etc, you can give us a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. And that's all from me. Cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.